Hello and welcome to episode 450, kind of a mini milestone there, not quite 500 yet, but still quite a lot of episodes. Thank you for joining me on the podcast. This is the Daily Sales Message Podcast, where I've just totally forgot my intro. There we go, let's start again. Hello and welcome to episode 450 of the Daily Sales Message Podcast, where every single day for 450 days in a row now, I've provided you with a piece of simple and actionable advice that's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff. If you're new around here, my name is James Newell. I teach people how to sell for a living, and for me it comes in two distinct components. It starts with having a clear sales message. You've got to be able to explain to people what you actually offer so they understand it. Sounds flippant, very important. Then you need selling confidence, the ability to be relaxed and comfortable and confident in a selling situation. In today's episode, we're talking about something that you need to have front of mind all the time in sales and selling, and also customer service when you're looking after people. It's a two-word phrase. It's a two-word question. When I tell you what it is, kind of makes sense, but this should be your default always. From every email you have, every call you have, any interaction of any sort, you should be asking yourself or thinking in your head, what's next? What's next? Well, what is next is three words. So what's next? Two-word question. What's next? What comes after this? What do you have to do? What does the buyer have to do? What do you need? What do they need? How does this work? What will happen? Blah, blah, blah. Being one step ahead and thinking ahead and looking ahead. Because if you're selling to somebody and they're buying from you, then by definition, you're the leader in the situation. And they expect you to lead them. So if you consider what's next and you're always ahead of them as best you can be, whether you're selling to them, have sold, or are now servicing them, as a client, as a customer, it will stand you in a really good stead. All too often I see people who kind of do as they're told, or they only do something when the client asks. And it's like, well, it's kind of okay, but I much prefer it when people are ahead of me. They're like, oh, James, so this is this, and then what's next is this, and get ready for that, and blah, blah, blah. I want you to lead me forward, excite me, tell me what's coming up, show me you care, show me you're in control, show me you know what you're doing. So to do all those things, every interaction going forward, just remember in your head that simple question, two or three words, depending on your grammar preference. What's next? Consider that, and then action it for your buyers, your clients, your customers, and watch the difference in your confidence and also, how you are perceived and dealt with by the people that you serve. Right, that's it for this episode of the podcast. Tomorrow in episode 451. There's a common misconception about selling. I mean, there's tons of, I could probably do 1,000 episodes on the common misconceptions around selling, but there's a common misconception around selling that it's a particular thing. It's a particular thing. We're going to cover that in tomorrow's episode, and I'm going to reassure you that it's definitely not. And if you treat selling in this way, you're going to have big problems. Right, thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I do appreciate it. If you haven't already, please hit the like or subscribe or share button, or share this with somebody that you know. Anything that you can do to positively interact with the podcast will tell the algorithms on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you're listening or watching, to pump this out, push this out to more people so I can help more people with my 450 so far free episodes packed full of content. Thank you again. I'll catch you tomorrow for another exciting edition of the Daily Sales Message.